Gilbert, we're still waiting on a few people, but I need to know what kind of machine are you using? Maria, you're welcome. If you're using a Windows machine, please raise your hand. We're going to be going through the installation of the Cairo dependencies of Windows. I'm sorry, what? You installed Cairo. Gilbert, as we wait for other people, do you mind sharing your screen and show us your installed packages? Because I want to help anyone who hasn't installed their Cairo yet. You're welcome, Simon. Francis, you're welcome. Yeah, I think we can start now. So, those of you who are using Windows machines, please raise your hands. Okay, I'm now going to share my screen and take you through the installation process for Windows. Francis, what kind of machine are you using, please? Francis? Okay. So, for those who are using Windows machines, we're going to start the installation process for the tools that we're going to need to build with Cairo. Let me just share my screen and show you where we should start. So if you have the Cairo book, we're going to follow the instructions in the Cairo book because all the links that we're going to use to install are there in the Cairo book. Okay, I hope my screen is visible. Okay, can we all see what I'm presenting? Yeah, so when you go to the Cairo book, hello. So if you're using Windows, please follow with me. We're going to be installing the packages. So in the Cairo book, just scroll down to the installation page, the page that has the installation instructions. So when you get to the point where it says installation as the heading, click on that link that says Cairo can be installed by simply downloading scarb. The word scarb is actually a link. So when you click on it, it will direct you to the page where you're going to be installing scarb, downloading scarb. Hello, are we all following? Yeah, please give me some feedback. Let me know that we're all at par. Francis, okay, Maria, please be with me. If there's anything you need help with, uh, you can unmute your mic and let me know. So I'm going to continue from here. Now, when you get to this page, after clicking on the scab link in the Cairo book, there's this section here, right at the top. At the top, it says introduction. Then just below it, the subheading says installation. So in the text under the word installation. Okay, let's continue. Are we all at par? Just raise your hand or say something. Okay. So I've gone back to this page. So the installation, when you go to the part that says installation, down in the paragraph, there's a link to download. So click on that link. Now this is on the Scarb website. Then this will take you to the download instructions. Now, when you look at all these links here, there's somewhere where it says download and install by operating system. Click on that link that says download and install by operating system. Then in that section, when you check on the instructions, number one says download the release archive. So I want you to click on that link, but I need to know I'm not going too fast. Are we all following? Okay. Maria, thank you for the feedback. Gilbert, Gilbert and Francis and Simon, I need to know we're all at par because I want this to be done before the next speaker can come in and take you through other things. Okay, I'll just continue. So, instruction number one says download the release archive and click on that link. So, when you click on it, it will show you the different packages that you can install to install Scarb on your machine. So, depending on the machine that you have, there are different packages here, But if you're using a Windows machine, look at the section. In that table, there's a section that says OS. So first there is file name, then the kind, and OS. Under OS, look for the section that reads Windows. Now, when you reach the part that reads Windows, on the left side, you can click on the link to download the zip file. So those who are following, I hope we are all at par. Is your zip file downloading? Mine is already downloading, as you can see in my browser at the top here. It's already downloading scarb brother. Uh, are we all downloading scarb now? Okay. Yeah, it may take a few minutes. Meanwhile, if anyone has any questions so far, please you can raise them right now. As scarb downloads, we can be able to interact and answer some questions. I will assume we're all at par then. So let me check. It's still downloading. Perhaps in the next 1 minute it will be done. If you have anything you want to say so far, you can just type in the chat as well as we wait for our installation to go on. Okay, so I think my scarb is now fully downloaded. In my downloads, it is right here. So I'm just going to move it to the desktop so that it's easy for me. I had already had it on the desktop, so I'll simply replace the one that was there. Okay, now I have Scarb on my desktop, and I'm going to start the installation process for Scarb. So from the instructions we have here, let me just share my entire screen now because we're going to need to see everything. Now I have my Scarb archive right here. Press Windows R. That's your run dialog box, just to help us get the folder where we're going to install it faster. So in your run dialog box, type this command. It says percent local app data percent. Are we all at par? Are we all at par? Some thumbs up so I can know. Maria and Gilbert, are we at par? Okay, thank you. So local app data, as we've typed it in the run dialog box, just click OK. Now when it opens this directory, inside this directory, we're going to look for a folder called programs. So just scroll through your list of folders here until you find the one that reads programs. Then open it. I want you to create a new folder, and name it scarb. Just put it in lowercase. So mine is already here. So since you're installing right now, I'm sure yours isn't there. So I want you to create a folder here called scarb. Actually, let me delete this. I will just redo it. So in this directory here, I'm going to create a folder called scarb. Are we all at par? Yes. Thank you very much, Simon. So inside this folder, if it's open for you or if you're having trouble reaching this stage, please raise your hand or say something in the chat so I can know. So I have my folder here. It's named scarb. And this is inside this folder is where I'm going to extract everything in this archive. So when I open this folder, I'm going to extract my details in this archive that I've just downloaded, the scarb archive, into this folder. So I need to get this file path. I'm going to get it now. Just copy it. So I copy it here, and I come here, click on my archive, and I choose the directory I want to extract to. So in this position here, I don't know which archiving tool you might be using, but I'm sure it has somewhere where you have to put the destination path to where you're extracting the files from this scarb folder using WinRAR. So I'm just going to paste my destination here. So when you read it, it ends with the folder scarb in this directory up here. Yes, Francis. So just to resume, So I put my destination, my extraction destination. So I just have to click OK and the extraction process will start. So you can see my folder has extracted into the scarb folder I created. So all I have to do is just bring these files or these directories here back into the root of the scarb folder. So I'm going to cut and go back here and I'll paste them here. So what I'm going to do now, I need to get the path, the file path of this directory bin, scarb.bin, rather scarb/bin, and put it in the path environment variables like we're going to see. So I'm going to copy this file path, the file path of this folder bin. You can click on it, and the easiest way to get the file path is you open this directory and then click in this area where you see its file path written with forward arrows. Just click in that section and you'll get the actual file path. So when it selects it, you right click and copy it. We're going to minimize this now. Go back to your Windows Run dialog box. Just type the word Windows R and then type this command. It is sysdm.cpl. When you have that in your Run dialog box, just click OK, and it will guide you to your environment variables. So when the computer opens your system properties like it has, mine has, go to the tab that reads Advanced, and when you get there, on the bottom right, there's a word Environment Variables. So click on it and open them. These are the environment variables. So the system variables are those that apply to all the different users of the computer that you're using. Then the user variables only apply to your user account. So I may not know how many people access your computer. So we're going to use the user variable so that only your account is affected by all the files that we're going to install. If you have any questions, please raise your hand or type something in the chat. I'll be able to see it. So when you get to your user variables, look for the one that reads path. Now, when you select it, like I have already, come to this part that says edit. When it opens, add a new environment variable. Now, this is where you paste the file path that we copied from the other side. So mine was already installed, as you can see, it's up here. But if you have it installed, all you have to do is just paste it here, and yeah, you are done with the installation of Scarb. You just have to click OK, OK, then OK, then OK here. So to confirm if your Scarb is installed, you can open either CMD or PowerShell. I prefer to use PowerShell, and check for the version of Scarb that you have installed. And how you check for that, you simply type the command scarb space then dash dash version. And if you have scarb installed, it should be able to show you a scarb version that you've installed. Scarb is successfully installed. And unless there's someone that has a question, so just to recap for those who have just joined, we're doing the installation process for scarb and rust on Windows machines. So if you're using a Windows machine and you haven't installed your dependencies, we're already into the process somehow. Maybe you'll watch the video in the Telegram group to help guide you through it. Yes, Maria. Please write the question. Okay. Okay, just say it then. Run as administrator. Running what? Running your command prompt? Mm, mm. Please share your screen and please share your screen and show me what you're saying. Let me let me stop presenting. Please share your screen. We're waiting on you, Maria. No, I can't. Oh yes, I think it's loading now. Yes, you are saying? No, you have to carry this you have to carry that path and make it an environment variable. Yeah, because the language is going to keep on using those files. So you need to put the file okay. You get the point? Okay, the command okay, the command is this. You can copy it. Just copy it and put it in your command prompt. It should be able to run and guide you. I can guide you from there. You're welcome. You think you can move on your own, or do you need further help? Kali, thank you for the feedback. So, we already have our scarb installed. So I'm going to install one more thing, and then I can move on to the next speaker to take us through the rest of the session. So we're just going to install Rust for those that haven't installed Rust. So if for Rust, it's quite straightforward. So what we're going to do is simply go to the Rust official site, type this word, Rust programming language. Now this is for people using Windows. Click on the link to the official site. Yeah, and when you get there, simply scroll down, rather, sorry, go to the tab that says install right here. This tab that says install. So when you click on it, it should be able to show you the different versions of Rust that you can install on your computer, depending on your bit system. So if you're using a 32-bit system, you can download this, and if you're using a 64-bit system like my own, you can download this other version, the second one. So all you have to do is just click on this link, and it will start the download process. So Rust is already installed on my computer, but I'm going to show you what to do. Okay, now I have my file. I just have to go to where it is, where I downloaded to, and then I want to copy it to the desktop. This is the file that I just downloaded for Rust. So all I have to do is click on it, and it will begin the installation process. So when you click on it, it to open a shell, command shell, and there are two options. There are three options here for the installation. So choose option 2 because it's lightweight and it's faster. And when you click on it, it will begin the installation process. So down here where it says continue, can you all see my screen? Can you all see the words in my command prompt? Let me just zoom in to be sure. So here where it asks you to continue, just type Y so it can continue to install. And where it asks you to proceed, just proceed with the standard installation. And the process will go on. It takes a little bit of a while, but everything is straightforward from here. And all you have to do when you're done with this process, because it runs to the end on its own, and because I want to move on to the next speaker, all you have to do is just check for the version of Rust that you have to confirm that it's fully installed. So when it's done installing, like it will in the next few minutes on your computer, you just have to do this. Press Windows R and open your shell again, whether it's PowerShell or CMD. Then to check for the Rust version, just type this command after it's done. Rust C, then dash dash version. So just this is to confirm that Rust is installed on your computer, but also to confirm the version of Rust that you've installed. So if it can show you that you have a Rust version that is installed in your computer, then you have successfully installed the packages that you need to build on Cairo. Up to this point, if there are any questions, I would love to catch them now before we move on, please. There seems not to be any. So the process can continue in the background for you as I welcome Bossa. Should be with us in 1 or 2